So what does luxury mean to you? Well, for scholars and sophisticates from the Ming and Qing dynasties, luxury is actually defined through scholarly objects, which, historically, are found in Chinese homes. And these objects can range from ruby scepters, brush pots, to everyday items like inkstones or table stands. Now, I'm sure you're all curious to find out how these objects are contextualized in history. Well, it's time to find out. Come with me.
Dating back to the Jiajing period, the Zitan small box was speculated to be the work of a Ming Dynasty artisan.
Now the scene on the box depicts a well-known historical episode where a scholar official, Sun Hu, was captured by the king of a nomadic tribe.
During the Ming and early Qing dynasties, cylindrical brush pots were part and parcel of the literary tradition.
Some were left plain while others were carved or inlaid with landscape scenes, portraying the scholarly lifestyle of Chinese mythology and history.
Apart from the four arts of Chinese scholar, raising birds was also a favorite pastime for scholars, thus the emergence of specialized Zitan tiny bird cages. When it comes to the finest and highly priced wooden Chinese furniture, Huanghuali is one of them.
Derived from the 18th century, the miniature chests are a combination of zitan with boxwood, huanghuali, zhishi, tieli, and ebony inlays.
So these are the objects of desire that belong to scholars of the past. Ever wonder what the upper class women liked in those days?
For upper-class women, evening clutches, handbags, and small ornament cases define the status of debutantes. Therefore, you can see the use of gold, diamonds, rubies, or even emeralds embedded in these accessories.
Dating back to the 18th century, women would store their loose face powder like rouge in a small portable compact case.
Circular cases were most popular, like one that's made by a master jeweler in France.
As the era continued to change, knitted gold and silver bags started to become fashionable.
The malleable aesthetics of the bags are informed by the flowing, natural forms and curved lines of Art Nouveau.
When the 1920s came, we saw a real break with tradition, sweeping developments in fashion and design which mirrored the growth of new types of art like Cubism, Futurism, and others.
By the end of the 1930s, small ornamental vanity forms were replaced by larger, more masculine and functional minaudière and nécessaire.
Also during the Second World War, more and more silver was seen. These were used to make jewelry as countries sold off their gold reserves to fund the war effort, and this trend continued into the 40s.
Moving on to the 60s, the medium of cinema began to spread throughout the world and new style icons emerged.
Handbags of that era reflected the voluptuousness and glamour of Hollywood's rising stars. You've seen them dressed in corsets, draped skirts, while holding a jeweled handbag.
Sarah, we get to see so many interesting things that men and women liked in the past. But tell me, what fascinates you the most?
Well, one thing I found really interesting was seeing how the evolution of handbags can reflect the changing role of women in society. So back in the days when women were less socially active, they tend to stay home and look after the family. And it wasn't until later that they took on a more prominent role in society, hence the demand for luxury accessories. What about you, Marcus?
Well, I think these artifacts really have highlighted how much our society have changed over the years. I mean, seeing the contrasts and the differences is just really, really fascinating. So today, I'm going to say, great experience.